Hey everyone, me again. I want to talk to you about something a little different today. I want to talk to you about how I learned most of my lessons in life. I can stick them in one of two categories, and they're both starting with M. Neither of them are a mom, although that's not true. But the big top categories, they either fall into mentors, which could have been my mom, or mistakes. And as I am way closer to 50 than I am to even 40, I can tell you, for all of you out there that are watching this that are in your teens, that are in your 20s, if I could go back, if I could do it again, I would have sought out more mentors. I would have paid attention to who was mentoring me indirectly, whether I was conscious of that's what they were doing or not. And I would have done that entirely with the hope of making less mistakes. Now, I'm not knocking book smarts and education, all those things, because I got a lot of that too along the way. And there were a lot of times that my mentors in life would ask me questions and I would shoot back with an answer because I was super confident in what I thought I was doing. And they would smile and say, have you ever heard of this book, Jill? It took me many years to figure out that's code for, oh, bless your heart. You're about to get schooled. But if they told me themselves, there's no way, one-on-one, the best part about human connection is there's a connection. There's emotion, right or wrong. And unfortunately, it took me many years to figure out learning to live your life not based on your emotions. And most of us do live our lives based on how we feel. Your goals don't care how you feel. Logic most of the time doesn't care how you feel. There are lots of things I would much rather be doing, but they won't help me. And, if someone loves me enough to tell me something to try and help me be better, it was too easy if they just told me for me not to get defensive. At least not right away. I get defensive and I get angry or I get annoyed or I tune them out. But if they gave it to me in a book, then as long as I was actually willing to read it, then I got the, oh, that's what they were trying to tell me. And then we could circle back and have a conversation. And maybe this time in the conversation, my answers would be different. Almost always. But I learned a lot from, I learned things in school. I learned things in university. I'm not knocking theory. I'm not knocking education. It's necessary in a lot of ways. And in a lot of professions, I really want you to have the education. But I will tell you that in any of the classes I took, in any of the courses I took, even in any of the books, the textbooks I read, or the other books that I read, it was almost like in real life, the other party I was dealing with didn't get the script. It never went that way. And there's theory of what should happen, and then there's reality of what does happen. The benefit of a mentor is you're looking for someone who already has the experience, already has quite possibly screwed it up, and then went, oh, well, that wasn't good. I should have done it that way. I probably have more lessons I have learned. Actually, no, I know I have more lessons that I have learned through mistakes than through mentors, only because I didn't seek their advice, only because I didn't seek them out. And sometimes it was simply because of my pride and I didn't want to. And I'm confident I'm not the only one that deep down I know I'm doing something I shouldn't, but it's the easier way at the moment. That's the problem. Now that I've lived as long as I've lived, I've figured out there are two pains in life. There's the pain of discipline, and there's the pain of regret. The pain of regret oftentimes looks prettier, looks easier, looks flashier up front, looks more fun than the pain of discipline. But long term, the pain of regret hurts more. Emotions are an amazing feature that we have, but they also can be a terrible crutch that we have. And who has your ear? That's important. Who are you listening to? Who is influencing you? Look at their life. Look at how they're doing, not just in the monetary, not just in the corporate. Look at how their life is. Look at how they treat people. Those things matter because you're looking for a well-rounded life. You're looking for people that speak goodness, speak kindness, speak encouraging into you. You're looking for people who, if you want help with your finances, find someone who's really financially well off. Or at least more financially well off than you. If you're looking for things on health, find someone who's in great shape. If you're looking for help in relationships, find someone who at least looks like their relationship is going well, but I'm going to say more importantly, is willing to be very honest with you. Because in today's world with social media, it's even harder because we only see, not 100% of the time, but like 98% of the time, we see the polished version. I refer to learning from others if they're willing to humble themselves and tell you how they messed up is kind of my version of demystifying the athlete. Because when you see an Olympian caliber athlete, you're like, they're incredible. They're like a machine. Like you look at them and you're like, of course they're going to win. Look at them. Like they're so fit. They're so disciplined. They're so incredible at what they do. But what you don't see is the 50,000 times they fell on their face. What you don't see is when they got up when they really didn't want to and they're in tears because they're so frustrated and it's the last thing they want to do, but they know it's what they need to do. What you don't see is them persevering through their frustration. All of the things that make them human. Pain of discipline, pain of regret. Mistakes and mentors. Who has your ear? Who should have your ear? And how do you pay it forward? I remember hearing the pursuit of life is learning your God-given talents. And then the beauty of life is giving those talents away, using them to help others. Because the world needs more kindness. But sometimes we need to understand that our friends will love us for who we are, which is amazing. But a mentor will love you too much to leave you where you are. And will often tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. But hear my heart with who has your ear. If you can go, if you are in your teens, if you are in your 20s, please, what do you think's better? Learning from other people who have made the mistakes or making your own? You're going to make your own anyway. I promise. But learning to not let your life be led by your emotions. I know the whole YOLO, you only live once, do what feels right, everything else. But again, in some circumstances, understand pain of discipline, pain of regret. Pain of discipline looks way worse up front, but is way more beautiful in the end. And pain of regret may look, not nearly as bad. You're like, it's not so bad. It's way easier. I can do the things I want to do. But it hurts way more after. If you don't have mentors, if you don't know who to look for, you can always ask. I would rather ask and try than look back and think, I should have asked. I should have tried. That's the whole point of life. Learn. But isn't it better to learn from someone else who's already banged their head against the wall so that you don't have to? Or at least you bang yours a little less. I hope you hear my heart today. I hope you'll I hope you'll subscribe. I hope you'll ask questions. I hope you'll leave comments. Because I'm not doing this just to say, look at me. Actually, far opposite. I'm trying to open up my heart and say, I've made more mistakes than I needed to. Because of pride, because of emotion, because I thought, oh, this won't hurt. Long term, you can't escape pain. You just have to choose pain of discipline, pain of regret. I promise you, you want the discipline. It's way better in the long term. Wishing you an amazing day, and we'll chat again soon. Take care.